Here is definitely wild. We're gonna get into it here with you live. Sheriff just took out a judge, and the residents are basically coming out with the story. The actual police department hasn't really revealed 100% everything yet. They're saying they're investigating, but apparently he walked into his chamber and he unloaded on him. All right, we got the audio here. Somebody inside of there must have recorded some audio. They have not released the video. He was at the courthouse. They locked down the schools and stuff. This was just yesterday. This is basically a wild story, and we're gonna get into it here. So, what did this come from? Here's this picture right here. I'll show you. They've already booked him. He's been arrested. Um, you got them coming out, not even giving the full story, but the residents saying something that's really shocking details. We're gonna bring that up. Here's the audio inside of the courthouse that somebody released. So we're about to get into those details about what's going on, and Kevin Mullins was the one who he went in and took out. And this is pretty much wild right now because let's let you hear what they're saying on their investigation. This dude has a super deep voice too, though. Listen to him.
Tell us so far about the investigation.
This investigation today, Kentucky State Police Post 13 has received a call shortly before 3 p.m. In reference to shots being fired inside the Letcher County Courthouse. Multiple law enforcement agencies from around the area, along with emergency services, responded to the area and located District Judge Kevin Mullins with several gunshot wounds. Life-saving measures were taken, however, were unsuccessful. He was pronounced deceased on scene by Letcher County Coroner's Office. At that time, preliminary investigation indicated that Letcher County Sheriff Mickey Sean Steins fired at District Judge Kevin Mullins following an argument inside the courthouse.
Now, was there any motive, or was this just, what, did he go there to do that, or what do you...
At this time, that's questions that we're still trying to get answers to, what led up to the actual shooting itself and the moments prior to.
Sir, did the shooting take place inside the judge's chambers?
That's correct.
Was anyone else present?
There was other people present inside the building as well.
But not inside the chambers?
Not that I'm aware of.
Is there video, a camera that's inside that chamber?
As far as I'm aware, I think there is video from within the facility.
Are you able to tell us where those gunshots were at on his body?
As far as locations, I do not. That's information that I don't know.
All right, so I'm gonna get you to the next part of what people are saying, and just to cover my tail, this is what the residents are alleging that's happened, and the rest of the part that I say is my opinion in this video. So check it out here. When you go into what the residents are saying here, you go into this, it says, dang, it's what the rumors are saying is true. I can understand why it happened. Several locals reporting the sheriff went to arrest the judge on charges of particular misconduct, and it was very close to home for the sheriff. There was a fight, and then it went deadly. This town is only 2,200 population. So then it was like this paranormal investigator that came out who said this right here. Let's put you into what this paranormal investigator in Kentucky said. That's the same post. Let's pull you into the other post right here. All right. So when we go into it right here, this is the update. She says, I lived 2 towns over. It had to do with the sheriff's daughter, and the courts did nothing. So he took justice himself. Sadly, to talk to the judge, he tapped his daughter, who was a senior in high school. And then there's more down here. Somebody, she said, I don't honestly, the rumor is the judge did it to more than one girl. He done it to other ones, allegedly. I have friends who know the sheriff, and they said he is the best guy ever, but went off when the court system didn't prosecute the judge. So looks like some P. Diddy style stuff was happening, and the dude went in and he just took things in his hands. And check this out, his other people saying, my parents lived there, And the word is the judge was having a relationship with his daughter while he was in his 50s and she was underage. Apparently, somebody said it was like an ankle monitor on her. And then it was supposedly, oh, if you take that off and you do this, then you have this. This is just sick, dude. It's just honestly sick. If this is the story here, and I'm guessing that the investigation is not going to come out to where they tell us this, because it's a judge and they don't want to bring that up. He was the district judge of the 47th Judicial District Court, limited jurisdiction that handles juvenile matters, city and court ordinances, misdemeanors, violations, traffic offenses, profitable wills, arraignments. So domestic violence and abuse. And as my stated opinion, when I look at this guy, I mean, I kind of know what weirdos look like. It's just my opinion. I know what weirdos look like. No disrespect to the dead, but at the same time, when this story, if this is the true story, and he was arrested for this, this should be probably overturned, because a crime was committed on one end that nobody did anything about. Nobody did anything. And when nobody did anything and the courts fell and the justice system fell, and you're a sheriff and you couldn't arrest this judge, and then he took matters into his own hands, which obviously criminally he would be charged for doing that. But what about the other end of what happened? What about that? Is there any storyline where this would be vindicated, or do we truly live in a pedo nation? And that's the real question there. Because if that's the case, and we know how these families run things, we know how corrupt it is, we know how the system right now, just like all the stuff coming out with all the parties P. Diddy had in Hollywood, and we know deeper down in these stories that there's somebody controlling this from the top end down, and continuing to come after children and continuing to try to make it like, oh, it's okay to make it. It's not okay. These people should be sought out. They should not be allowed in society. They should be banished from society. And if they continue to try to mess with children, there should be consequences. I don't care what the fake, disgusting, corrupt system says that we live in. That's not how the world is supposed to operate. That's not what the world we're supposed to stand for anymore. Somebody says, thanks for going live. Hope everyone have a good day. Definitely. So the fact is right now, and we can play a little audio of what they said in here and see what they said.
To say, quote, our deepest sympathies go out to all those impacted by this tragic event, and our thoughts and prayers are with the community during this challenging time, end quote. Here is a statement also just in from Governor Andy Beshear on social media about this shooting. It says, quote, sadly, I have been informed that a district judge in Letcher County was shot and killed in his chambers this afternoon. There is far too much violence in this world, and I pray there is a path to a better tomorrow.
So are they going to actually address the other side of what's happening behind the scenes, or this is just going to be played out as just a tragic, sad shooting? Because that covers up entirely most of what everybody as a resident has alleged on the ground that is happening. People that are close to the situation. Somebody says in the comments here, I live close and I know, let's go back to that one. Somebody in the comments says, I live close and know several of the people. The word is he was having an affair with the Steins. He says the wife and Mullins got his underage daughter pregnant. Crazy to think Mullins' mom gave me piano lessons. So somebody in the chat here says that they knew them even closer because we have people from Kentucky on the channel. What else do you know about the situation? Because that's absolutely wild. And if you say another comment, I'll pin your comment to the top of the comment section, because we do have a lot of people from Kentucky on the channel. This is where this all happened in. It was in Kentucky where this event went down, where the sheriff went and took it into his own hands. to seek out the situation. This was the actual location where the shooting happened. Somebody says, I went to the high school with Mullins. He was older than me. So did you hear more about Mullins and stuff like that? And you know, as a matter of fact, crazy thing is we should do an interview with somebody or residents that was like around that area. So maybe that'd be another thing. Somebody said, so sheriff was doing, let's see something. I want to read that comment. So sheriff was doing judge's wife. No, that's not the story that I'm hearing right now. I'm hearing that judge was doing sheriff's daughter. And a lot of people have been saying that as the storyline that's not been coming out right now. Somebody says, let me tell you something. I have a daughter and all I ever care. Let's see, the word is Mullins was having an affair with Stein's wife, and Mullins got his daughter pregnant. So that's what the storyline is being said right now. This is a really crazy story, but as this corruptness start to seek out and as we start to see more of this happen, the world being the way it is, it's not going to get better if this continues to be something that we see. It's not going to get better. And the media needs to come out and actually cover the factual evidence behind everything. The investigation is not even fully done yet. So we'll see if they actually come out with it. But the hush mouth, payoff, hey, don't say nothing about this is usually how they run these storylines, especially for judges. Somebody says, listen to nobody. Yeah, so again, we'll probably cover more on this story. It's really crazy right now. It's all breaking and it's coming out. This sheriff, the question is, I want to see in the comments, do you think he should be still in jail for what he's done? Or do you think that he should be get out and he be vindicated in this scenario? I'd like to see what you think in the comment section below. If that's the storyline we're hearing right now, we'll have to play more of this out and see what happens here later on down in the week and what else happens later down in just the whole scenario breakdown. Judge did not arrest a deputy, it says, but it could be a lot. So again, I don't know why they wouldn't allow this judge to be arrested, and that's obviously they're covering up stuff. We get all that. We already know how that works. How many times you have cases where judges get away and they're just let off scot-free because they're, you above the law, because there are these families who've been set in position to tyrannize society. But it seems their time is not going to be exactly how they thought it was going to be. Yeah, this is crazy. Somebody says she must have been underage. Wow. Of course she was. It says she was a senior in high school. And even if she was 18, I don't know if she's 18 or 17 or what, honestly. But this can be a lot. The judge could be involved in some creepy stuff. I mean, where you been? We just talked about that. We just talked about the resident set. I wanted to see if I had anything else I can pull up really quick before I leave out, because it was something about the ankle monitor or something. It says, just an update. Judge was in charge of juvenile drug court. We just confirmed that. 2 years ago, deputy sheriff was accused of trading house arrest ankle monitor for sexual favors, it says. The victim claimed it happened in the judge's chamber office. Looks like there may be more to come of this. So it's a lot right now that we haven't even uncovered yet. A lot. So again, this story is much deeper than we know. Somebody says, I live in the county. The daughter was 17. So yes, she was underage, if that's to be confirmed. Nobody says, evidently Stein's daughter was 17, but had been going on for years. Okay. And so if it's been going on for years, did you hear about it was more, he was doing this to more children? All the diddlers are being exposed. Yeah, they are being exposed. So which affair was longer? Somebody said, which affair was longer? I'm not sure. But breaking down the story right now, we're just hearing from people that's on the channel. It's in Kentucky. Try going back to age 14, living in Tennessee in KY. That's what Joe says. I'm waiting for the next comment. what's gonna come through about this story. Freaking insane, man. And it's like, as men in this nation, we can't just sit back and let pedos run everything. Here's a IDK, he probably get a long sentence, but I doubt he'll get a max sentence. Steins was linked in the community and Mullins was sketchy. Wouldn't be surprised if more people come out. Yeah, so whenever the trial happens and then like they have witnesses there and they have all the people come forward, long as the government doesn't like how people take out the witnesses or something like that, which probably is too many witnesses for them to do, that would be messy and it would just make it look like they're covering something up. That could basically overturn some things, unless you have more judges that are like Masons or something running the courts and just want him to be completely put out of society for what scenario just happened. So the judge had a what? So I don't see what you're saying right there. So again, this story is wild. We'll be covering more of it. And for the person that's in Kentucky, when they come out, you can just put like a paragraph below and just say everything you know, and I'll pin that to the top of the comment section so people can come here and look at it and then just basically get information from people that's on the ground over there. Because instead of hearing from the news, they're not even telling us much about it right now. Thanks for tuning in. We'll have more coming this week. Subscribe for more of this story and for more